Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and today I shall be taking you through WAEC English past and likely questions. I promise to make this class as detailed as possible and as interesting as possible so that you'll be able to answer as many questions as possible under WAEC English language. To get the best out of this class, you need the Flash Learners WAEC application. It is highly recommended. The Flash Learners WAEC app is the best and most advanced app for you to pass WAEC. Simply get it on Google Play Store or visit flashlearners.com. If you are watching this video on YouTube, I've shared links to the applications, the mobile and the desktop application below. Feel free to install and enjoy. Now, let us begin. My mother once told me that old habits die hard. This means that old habits are dashed. Die hard simply means difficult to change. Therefore, old habits die hard simply means old habits are difficult to change. Is that not so? Yes, it is true. There are some habits you have or you learned in the past. Up till now, you are still struggling to change. You've not been able to overcome it. A lot of things. In fact, you try to do the opposite, you still continue the same habit. Old habits actually die hard. They are difficult to change. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort to change old habits. Therefore, my mother once told me that old habits die hard. This means that old habits are difficult to change. The man has lost a lot and he only keeps up appearance by driving a big car. This means that to keep up appearance simply means to pretend that something is okay. In this case, this man has lost a lot, but when you see him in public, he still dresses well. Wow, hi, how are you? I'm good, I'm fine. He drives the big car. So he uses that car to disguise. So you feel, this person that is driving this big car, no, he must have a lot. Not knowing that the man has lost a lot. So to keep up appearance means to pretend that all is well. Option B is the correct option. When the man was accused of stealing the money, nobody raised an eyebrow. This means that nobody was dashed. To raise an eyebrow, it simply means to be surprised or suspicious. But nobody was even surprised. So everybody were certain, if he do one, he did it. So nobody raised an eyebrow. Nobody was surprised about it. The manager hit his roof when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. This means that the manager became very angry. To hit the roof simply means to become very angry. It doesn't mean to mobilize the worker. It doesn't mean to become very suspicious. And it doesn't mean to cancel the project. It means to be very, very angry. So, the manager became very, very angry when he was presented with the estimate for the new project. The boy was reluctant to carry out the order. We are looking for word nearest in meaning to the underlying word as used in the sentence. To be reluctant simply means to be unwilling. You are not willing to do something, so you are reluctant. In fact, if you do something reluctantly, it simply means you did it unwillingly. You were not willing. You just felt, okay, I will go. So you are unwilling. That is the meaning of reluctant. So, while answering these questions, it is an opportunity for you to learn as many words as possible. The match came to an abrupt end when the rain started. Abrupt simply means sudden, abrupt, sudden end. It was not expected to end at that time, but immediately it started raining. A lot of persons had to run home, while some are teenagers so that their parents will not shout at them. So abrupt end simply means sudden end. John, would you mind lifting the bus? would you mind lifting the bus? Now, when you hear would you mind, it simply means do you think it is bad? Look at something. Many of you don't know. Now, do you mind if I take your phone? It simply means do you think it is bad? So, do you think it is bad if I take your phone? Now, if you say yes, it simply means you think it is bad. So don't take the phone. Do you mind? Yes. Don't. Do you mind? No. Do. Which means if you say no first, the next one should be positive. If you said yes first, the next thing that follows should be negative. Now, would you mind lifting the bus? Yes, I wouldn't. Yes, I wouldn't. So yes, positive, I wouldn't, negative. So it makes a lot of sense. If you say no, it's supposed to be followed by I do. Yes, I wouldn't mind. Option C is the correct option. It was a long poem, but Rashford learned it dash. A, from memory. B, to memory. C, by heart. And D, to heart. The correct option is option C, which is by heart. By heart means you have learned it so well that you can remember without having to read it again or look at the book. It was a long poem, but Rashid learned it by heart, which means without looking at the book or note or anywhere, Rashid simply recited it. Do you mind doing this? Yes, I do. Past questions and answer. I've been able to do this. Yes, yes, correct. Without looking at anywhere. Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher. This is under question tag. And question tag, they will keep coming in WAEC, in JAM, in post-UTME, even in school. Question tag. Question tag follows this rule. If the statement is positive, let's say should, the question tag should be negative, shouldn't. If the statement is negative, shouldn't, the question tag should be positive, should. If there is did, the question tag should be didn't. If there is do, don't. If here is can, there should be can. So when you have a positive statement, the question tag should be negative. Now look at it. Mary shouldn't have disobeyed the teacher. The question tag is here is shouldn't. The statement is shouldn't. The question tag should be should. So should she? Option A is the correct option. I told him not to play dash fire. This is a very common statement. I told him not to play with fire. Don't play with fire because it will burn you. It means don't dare me. Don't try me because I will in turn surprise you. I will hurt you. I will show you pepper. You will need to commit the formula to memory. Not in memory, not for memory, not by memory. It means know the formula so that when you are sleeping and someone wakes you up, what is the almighty formula? You simply say the almighty formula is this. Or someone wakes you up. If a statement is shouldn't, what should be the question tag? You simply say should. You've committed this to memory. You don't need to look at different sources to remember. The book is neither A, his or yours. B, his, not yours. C, his, nor yours. D, his, own, nor yours. Anytime you see neither, before the sentence ends, you should see nor. Concord. Anytime you see either, it should be followed with or, either this or that. Now, either and neither, they refer to two things. Let's say A and B. B. If I say neither A nor B, it simply means out of the two, we are not choosing A and we are not even choosing B. If I say either A or B, it simply means either we take A and leave B, or we leave A and take B. Out of the two, we are choosing one. Now, the book is neither his nor yours. When you are talking about possessive, no need to add own. His own wouldn't make sense. The book is neither his nor yours. Option C makes a lot of sense. The police officer was sacked because he gave the dash command secret. A. He gave up the command secret. B. He gave in the command secret. C. He gave away the command secret. And D. He gave up the command secret. To give away is correct. It means to reveal, to divulge, or to leak a secret. Now, in police or in office, there are actually secrets or code you are not supposed to divulge, you are not supposed to leak, or you are not supposed to reveal. When you are found wanting, or when you are found revealing office secrets or business secrets to competitors or to outsiders, you will simply be sacked. That is the case here. The police officer was sacked because he gave away the commander's secret. Option C is the correct option. Here is another question tag question. He isn't coming here. Dash he. The statement has a negative question tag, isn't, which means it must be followed with a positive question tag. Isn't, isn't. So he isn't coming here. Is he? Is he is the correct answer to that question tag. Dash are often quite caring. Dash are often quite caring. Now, is. Using it simply means we are talking about more than one. We are talking about more than one. So, is it mother-in-law? Is it mothers-in-law? Is it mother-in-laws? Is it mothers-in-law? Which of them is correct? Option C is the correct option. No. Option D is the correct option. Mothers-in-law. Just like for Director General, the plural is Directors General. So anytime you are giving mother-in-law, the plural form of mother-in-law is mothers-in-law. You cannot come between my sister and dash. A. My sister and myself. B. My sister and me. C. My sister and I. And D. My sister and mine. Look at it. You can either have my sister and I and my sister and me. Both of them are correct. It simply depends on how you use it. If you are using it as a subject, if it appears as a subject, then you use my sister and I, which means if it appears first in the sentence. But if it appears last in the sentence, it's simply my sister and me. In this case, you cannot come between my sister and me is correct because my sister and me, it comes at the end of the sentence. It is the subject. It is the object, not the subject. So it comes last. So that is the best way I can explain this to you. Most of the drivers do not have valid driver's dash. They do not have valid driver's license. Most of the drivers do not have valid driver's license. Some drivers never even had a learner's dash when they were learning to drive. Is it learner's permit? Is it learner's clearance? Is it learner's authority? Or is it learner's order? The correct one there is learner's permit. If you are a learner, there is a permit given to you to show that you are permitted to be driving as a learner. So when you are driving recklessly or somehow, or you park in the middle of the road, Instead of you being arrested, they check your learner's permit. Okay, he's a learner. He's permitted to learn on the road. Okay, they will temper justice with mercy. So permit is the correct. In each of the following sentences, the word that received the emphatic stress is written in capital letter. From the letter A to D, choose the one to which the given sentence is the appropriate answer. Emphatic stress. Emphatic stress is the area you shouldn't worry about when it comes to WAEC, because there is high chance that you will get the answer right. Look at the rule. The man brought the newspaper. You simply look for the option that doesn't have brought or that doesn't have bring, any form of bring present, brought, that should be past, right? So any of the option that has bring or brought is not correct. The one without it is correct. So let's see. Did the woman bring the newspaper? B. Did the man bring the newspaper? C. Did the man bring the magazine? And D. Did the man read the newspaper? So did the man read the newspaper? Option D is correct. And while dealing with emphatic stress, the only thing that should change is the one in capital letter. Probably the opposite of the one in capital letter, or to something else. Don't change any other thing. Don't change newspaper to book. Don't change newspaper to magazine or anything. Did the man read the newspaper? That is the correct option. So look at this next one. It will help you understand better. The woman wants my car, and the emphatic stress is in capital letter. Mine is stressed. Option A has mine, option B has mine, option C has mine, but option D has mine. In option C, there is no mine, but every other thing remains the same. There is woman, there is car. So option C, does the woman want the car, is the correct option. Here we still have emphatic stress question, which says the president spoke to the press yesterday. Spoke is the emphatic stress. In option A, there is speak. In option B, there is speak. In option D, there is speak. But option C, there is wave instead of speak, which means we need the spoke to change. So option C is the correct option. Now, what is the essence of emphatic stress? It is simply to emphasize something. For example, I am speaking. I say, the speaker spoke to the press yesterday. Then someone asked a question. Sir, did the president wave to the press yesterday? The president spoke to the press yesterday. Then someone asked a question. Sir, did the president wave to the press yesterday? Now, the person has changed the spoke I said to wave. I will simply get angry or shout, or for other persons to understand, I will emphasize, the president spoke to the press yesterday, not wave. Spoke. So that is the purpose of emphasizing. Like, look at example. This is Comfort prepared a delicious meal. Comfort prepared a delicious meal. Delicious is emphasized. Now, option B says, did Comfort prepare a tasteless meal? Hearing that, the speaker gets angry. I did not say tasteless. I said, did Comfort prepare a delicious meal? Did Comfort prepare a delicious meal? Not tasteless. So that is the purpose of emphatic stress. Now, the options with delicious are obviously not correct. Luckily for us, we still have another emphatic stress question, which says, our mathematics teacher has been transferred. Option A, has their mathematics teacher been transferred? B, has their mathematics teacher been transferred? Okay, B, has our physics teacher been transferred? C, has our mathematics teacher been promoted? D, has our mathematics supervisor been transferred? Now look at something. Our is emphasized. So option A says, has their mathematics teacher been emphasized? The speaker can get angry. I did not say their own, no. I said our own. Our. That is emphatic stress. Choose the option that is nearly opposite in meaning to the word underlined. Nearly opposite in meaning. Which means if The underline says 1. The option that says otherwise is the correct option. In this case, they say a guest should not make derogatory remarks about what he is offered by his host, but dash statement. Derogatory simply means showing disrespect. Now, if you go to visit somebody and you are offered something, it is not good to give a rude remark or disrespectful remark. Besides, you are not paying for that thing. It is okay for you to be respectful, which means the opposite of derogatory is it candid? Is it appealing? Is it polite? Or is it complimentary? Candid means frank, appealing, polite. They are nice words, but they say that is nearly opposite in meaning. So the rest may be opposite in meaning to derogatory, but which one is the closest or nearly opposite? Nearly opposite in meaning to derogatory is simply complimentary, which means to show appreciation, to show praise, or to approve what you are offered. So the opposite of derogatory is complimentary, if that is the only thing you are taking from this question. The audience applauded the last speaker, but the first was dash. Which of the options is nearly opposite in meaning to applauded? Is it booed? Is it rejected? Is it abused? Or is it scorned? Now, to applaud means to show approval or to show praise. Now, to be booed, to boo somebody, it simply means to show disapproval. You may not be used to the word, but add it to your personal dictionary. Boo simply means disapproval. Because the fact that you don't applaud somebody after speaking does not mean that you rejected the person. It doesn't mean that you abused the person, or it doesn't mean that the person was scorned. So boo simply means there was disapproval after the speech. The commander said that raw recruits could not dislodge the enemies. He needed the dash men. Raw simply means inexperienced recruits, or new recruits, or unskilled recruits. Now, what is the opposite of inexperienced or unskilled recruits? A. Skilled. B. Practical. C. Learned. And D. Seasoned. The nearly opposite in meaning to raw is simply skilled. Skilled. Raw, unskilled, or inexperienced. So the opposite should be skilled. Only some of the accused were acquitted. The rest were dashed. To be acquitted means to be relieved of charges. The opposite of acquitted is convicted, which means to be declared guilty of a criminal offense. So, acquitted, the opposite is convicted. It would have been my pleasure to accept your invitation, but I have to dash it because of previous engagement. Accept is underlined. Now, what is the opposite of accept? When it comes to invitation, it is either you accept an invitation or you decline the invitation. So, the opposite in meaning to accept, as underlined, is decline. I accidentally stepped on my brother, but he told my mommy that I did it dash. I accidentally stepped on my brother, but my brother told my mommy that I did it dash. A. Thoughtfully. B. Intuitively. C. Deliberately. And D. Unknowingly. The opposite of accidentally is deliberately. Accidentally means you did not intend to do it. It was unintentional. Deliberately means it wasn't unintentionally. You intended to do it, which means the opposite of accidentally is deliberately. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the class. I am Flash Isaac, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Now, To learn more, simply check out the Flash Learners channel. You will see my English playlist where I teach English topic by topic. So there you have a lot of topics explained, even the ones I did not emphasize here or the ones I did not treat here. Even comprehension passages, summary, a whole lot of things, they are in the Flash Learners YouTube channel. So go there and get the best out of the channel. Also, don't forget to get the Flash Learners application. It is the most advanced and best app for WAEC. It contains everything you need, and you can watch my videos directly from that application. You see, it is a very interesting one. So thank you. Ask your questions. I wish you the best.